The Los Angeles Times states 63% of American families are now considered dysfunctional. That means we're the majority. We're normal. It's the people that had the mom, dad, brother, sister, little white picket fence. Those people are the freaks. Normal people terrify me because they haven't had enough problems in their life to know how to handle problems when they come up. Something little happens, they just snap. Like my pal Tommy. Is there no God? But being from a dysfunctional family means nothing rattles me. Hey, once you've driven a drunk father to mom's parole hearing, what else is there? What do you mean, Dad is dead?
I think Dad is dead.
Not a lot of gray area here, Dave. Dead, not dead. Is there a pulse?
I don't know.
I have taken half a day off work. There better be a corpse. I mean, what makes you think he's dead?
He's been in his room for 4 days now.
Right, and?
Without getting a beer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
I don't know. I'm not going in his room. I'll be scarred for life.
Dave, you've been living with the man since you were 8. You are scarred for life. Dave and I both lived in the same fear of Dad, except I was slightly more aggressive. Look at him. What does he do? Just sitting there, chair going out the back of his head. Bet I could kick his ass.
Or we could go get ice cream.
I had decided to cross that man-boy line. I did not lose your crescent wrench. You are such a bag of butt cracks. You want a piece of me? Come on, me and you, old man. Yeah, I got some moves now. Woo! Oh, yeah. Thought my dad was lazy. Turns out he was just resting up. See, the difference between me and Dave is Dave has the ability to walk away.
I'm out.
Hey! You're not going anywhere. Go in there and discover our dead father.
No. I never went in Dad's room when he was alive. I'm sure as hell not going in there now that he's dead.
Oh, come on. You've been in his room before.
Never in my life. Okay, when?
When we swiped his Hustler magazine Christmas issue, 62 pages of ho-ho-hos.
No, you went in. I was lookout.
When we stole quarters from his Las Vegas judge.
Lookout.
Okay, how about the time
Lookout.
Well, look, little brother, now you have a choice, okay? You can go in there and find out if our father is dead, or you can forever be a soulless nothing, rotting on the sidelines, waiting for life to run you over.
I choose rotting soulless nothing.
Quit being a wussy. That was the supreme insult in my family. Dad thought you could get through anything if you just quit being a wussy. You could get your arm ripped off. Dad would find the arm, get some packing tape, and strap it back on.
There you go, son. You're all ready to play. Time to quit being a wussy.
Thank you, Father. I'll be the best soccer player ever.
What? I am not a wussy.
Well, go in there, man. Fear no evil. Face the darkness.
Oh, please. I live with him. I face the darkness every day. You go in.
Fine. I'll go in.
Good. I'll be lookout.
Dave.
Titus?
My father never missed a drink, or a joint, or a party, or a chance to get laid in his life. But he also never missed a day of work, or a house payment, or a car payment. This is a man that's been divorced 5 times, and the women cleaned him out every time. At one point in my life, all we had left was a wooden box, 12-inch black and white TV, and a 4-man rubber raft for a couch.
I met a foxy new lady today. I think you're gonna like her. You ready for a new mommy? Hmm? Pussy.
If anybody else had put me through all the years of crap that this man had, I'd have burst in the room, danced a jig, and high-fived the coroner, but this is my dad. You want to find your dad dead? Shut up.
I'm gonna make a sandwich. You want one, wussy?
Light mayonnaise, no cheese.
So now what?
I don't know. I mean, if we don't notify somebody soon, we stop being grieving relatives and become suspects.
Hey, maybe there's some kind of service we can call, huh?
You mean like that guy that comes over and pulls dead squirrels out of your heating vent?
Well, no, I guess not.
Maybe we should call Mom. My mom is crazy. I don't mean my mom is crazy. I mean, we, the jury, find the defendant. She was diagnosed a manic depressive schizophrenic and admitted to a mental care facility. Or, as Dad so eloquently put it,
Son, your mom is shacked up in the wacko basket. Cookie?
Yeah, come on.
we gotta go in there.
We just ate. Shouldn't we wait like a half hour?
Dave, we're going in.
Right.
Because we're not wussies.
Right.
Back door! Beat you.
So I'm sitting in a meeting with a very important client, and suddenly my pager goes off with a message. It says, "Dad's dead." So I race out of the meeting, and I drive all the way to Santa Maria, because naturally I think, my dad's dead.
Honey, your dad is not dead.
Yeah, I know that now. Because if he were, what I walked in on my mother doing to him would be so sick.
Baby, I'm sorry. I should have said, my dad is dead.
Oh. It wasn't funny about my dad. It's not funny about yours either. Unless it's not a joke. Papa Titus is dead?
We did page you.
Christopher.
That's Erin. Always taking care of me. Not like my last girlfriend. Case number 246-B. She was a little less thoughtful. She was a 5-foot, 100-pound Jewish girl. And I still haven't forgiven the Jewish people. I almost spent a night in jail because of this woman. But they don't let you stay in jail just because you're afraid of your girlfriend.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Dave?
No.
Don't worry. I'll handle everything. I will call everyone. I'm here now.
God, you are just amazing. I mean, you find out our father might be dead, and you were all over it. God, I love you.
What did you say?
God, I love you.
Wait, before that.
You are so on it.
No, let's go all the way back to the might be dead part.
Dave and I have some concerns about that, too. Of course, Erin can get pretty angry. She's got that Irish temper. But she's Northern Irish, so we don't fight. She just puts a bomb in my car. Isn't she great? Beautiful, proactive. Although, when we first got together, Dad thought the relationship was a huge mistake.
I think this relationship is a huge mistake. Take it from a guy who's been married a lot. You'll regret the day you ever moved in together. You are in for a nightmare.
I can't believe that you guys are so lame. You can't go in there and find your own dead father. You're small, weak men, and you disgust me.
Well, little Miss Big Top couldn't open it either.
Hey! I already walked in on one horrifying scene today.
So what makes you think he's dead?
He's been in his room for 4 days now.
Right, and?
Without getting a beer.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he gave me his will.
Will? What will?
Last Thursday, he gave me his will.
He gave you a will? How come you didn't give me the will?
Well, I live here. I should get the will.
I'm the oldest.
Stop! Listen, you're missing the point. We've got a secret will and a newly dead guy. All right, a train leaves Chicago going 60 miles.
I got it.
Why would Dad go to Chicago?
Dave, Dad killed himself.
Got it.
What a waste. He was only 54.
Who won the pool?
I had 68.
83.
52. Hey, so who had 54?
Dad did.
So he went out a winner and a loser. I'm sorry.
Dad is not the kind of guy that would kill himself. One of us maybe, but not himself.
Maybe it wasn't suicide. Maybe he knew he was gonna die.
Now, how would he know? He hadn't been to the doctor since the fellatio incident.
Episode 11. You want to open it?
You wanna?
I mean, it'd be kind of nice to see what we got. Kind of like Christmas, except Dad's not drunk.
And no cops.
You remember Tommy.
Is there no God? Oh, God, your dad is dead. I am so sorry. What a great man he was. I am so sorry.
Tommy.
Aaron, I know you loved him too.
Oh,
I know.
Tommy.
I'm so sorry. Oh, Dave. I so feel your loss, Dave. But it's gonna be all right, everyone. I stopped by the bookstore and I read through a number of books and I found this one to be the most comprehensive. Death. Do's and don'ts.
Tommy is the most anal, detail-oriented, anal human being on the planet, which is why I hired him.
We did it again. We started with a hunk of metal, 4 wheels, and a motor, and we turned it into art. Picasso, Van Gogh, Titus.
Shut up.
Come on. Let's get some lunch. I'm starving.
Come on, Tommy, let's go.
I can't leave it like this. This place is a mess. Oh, did your mothers teach you nothing?
Titus High Performance. We build hot rods. Hot rods that are smoother, faster, and have more flow than anything on the road. Because all anybody wants is a normal life and a cool car. Most people settle for the car. What the hell does death do?
Do. Write an obituary for the newspaper. I took the liberty.
We'll read it later.
I understand.
Don't.
Okay. Do. Oh, decide if you're going to have a viewing of the body. Are we gonna?
Eventually.
Tommy, you know, a viewing is an excellent idea. You go first.
He's still in there? Oh, my God. No, I think having the body removed is a big death do. I don't want to see Mr. Titus like that. He was like a father to me.
Yeah, he was like a father to all of us. Tommy worships my dad because he didn't have to grow up with him. He didn't have to run the gauntlet. A mother will give you knowledge. A father makes you earn knowledge.
Don't do that, sweetheart. It's dangerous.
No, wait. Well, go on. Yeah. Bet you're not going to do that again now, are you?
Almost forgot the cake. I left it on the porch.
Cake? Why did you bring cake?
Page 216.
Do have plenty of comfort foods. Pastries, chocolate, and cake.
Well, we can either go into your father's room or have cake.
Cake.
You know, I'm gonna miss your dad.
Me too. Remember the mailbox?
Yeah.
What?
Titus stole a federal mailbox.
I was drunk. And it was giving me attitude.
The police caught him and took him to jail.
Yeah, Dad left him in there for 2 days.
He wouldn't post bail.
But you never did that again, huh?
Son of a bitch. He really loved me.
Yeah, I know. He taught us so much. How to shave, how to drive.
Had a water ski?
Yeah. He gave us 3 tries to get up.
And if you weren't up by that 3rd try, swim back! He was a great guy, he really was.
He was a noble, loving father, a caring human being who only thought of others. Well, sober.
Oh. So,
Man, when he drank, he turned into the most negative human being on the planet.
you might know him as Anti-Dad.
Wherever there is hope,
I will stop it.
where self-esteem rears its shiny little head.
I will be there to kick it in the testicles.
Hey, Dad, I got a B on my report card.
But it's not an A, is it, son? Now that the smile has left your face, I'm off.
Hey, Dad, I graduated high school.
But you didn't make valedictorian, did you, boy? When your confidence returns, so will I.
Hey, Dad. I got my first job.
Good for you! Wait a minute, something's wrong. First job, huh? Well, you ain't manager yet, are you, boy? And a real man would own his own business. Now leave me alone. I'm off to destroy your brother. Okay, now it's my turn. Hey, Dad, guess what? Last year, I started my own business, and in 1 year, I have made more money than you made in any year of your life. What do you think about that, huh?
I think without me pushing you, you never would have made it. Now, will you keep it down in here? I am trying to get some sleep.
He's not dead.
Thank God. Thank God, right?
The Los Angeles Times states 63% of American families are now considered dysfunctional. Good. Because that means when Armageddon happens, 37% of this population is going to lose their mind. Oh my God, the world is over! 63%, we're gonna go, hey, there's nobody watching the Lexus dealership.